BYD in China have just confirmed that the new BYD Seal, or the Atto 4, is in fact coming to Australia and will have up to a 700 kilometre range. By the way, did I mention it's pretty affordable as well? Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking, great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers, welcome back everyone. And if you are new, we have made, I'd say, over 50 different videos about BYD over the past 12 months, more than any other YouTube channel. So I'll keep you up to date with what's going on at BYD, and what's going on at BYD doesn't just include Australia. Obviously, they are planning on becoming a global car brand, a global electric car brand, and they do actually sell their electric cars now in around about 20 different countries worldwide, although in very limited numbers. They sell in Norway. They just announced they're going to the Netherlands. New Zealand has already got a shipment of EVs en route there right now. We've got a shipment of EVs coming to Australia here right now. I've ordered one myself. Apparently Brazil has them, Costa Rica, India, the Philippines. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. Anyhow, the new Atto 4 is called the BYD Seal. Personally, I think BYD Seal is fine. I think I'd be happy with Seal, but for some reason, the name has been changed to Atto 4 for Western markets. Anyway, who really cares about the name, right? What matters is the car. Price. Starting price, apparently at dealers right now in China, is $31,700 US for the base model. And it is actually incredibly similar in terms of size to the Tesla Model 3. In fact, BYD designed and made this car to be a direct competitor to the Tesla Model 3, both in China and all around the world. In fact, apparently, this is the car that BYD have put more effort into becoming a global product than any other vehicle they've developed so far. Now, the top price, the price for the 700 kilometer range version, is apparently $43,200 US. In my opinion, it's really still a bargain considering the specification you get standard with these cars. You don't have to buy, so they're not like an Audi or a Volkswagen or BMW where you've got to pay, $30,000 in options in order to get a high specification. They come standard with pretty much everything you need. Now, apparently within about 6 hours, BYD pre-sold 25,000 of these cars in China, but right now they're sitting on deposits for more than 500,000 electric cars that they're yet to deliver in the country. Why haven't they delivered those? Well, they just keep getting too many orders. So apparently the CEO, the founder, Wang Chanfu of BYD, is feeling like the company is kind of letting people down. That's what he said. He said, we don't want to let people down and people are having to wait a long time. So we're trying to ramp production up as fast as we possibly can so you can get your car soon. BYD actually entered Norway in September of 2021. The first car to sell there was the BYD Tang, and I just did a video which showed that car in comparison to 30 other electric cars in Norway in a range test in the middle of winter. And it performed incredibly well. If you want to see that full test, I'll put a link in the description below to that video. Now, a launch for Europe for the BYD Seal has not yet been announced, but it's expected to come out. Now, a launch for Europe has not yet been announced, but it's expected to be announced very soon. However, the BYD Seal, apparently the first country it will come to is Australia, which I have to say is, to me, quite a surprise, especially considering the fact that here in Australia, we don't buy sedans. In fact, they used to be incredibly popular and now literally no one buys them. The market for this shape of car has dried up completely. Now, BYD may think that's not the case because the Tesla Model 3 sells here incredibly well. In fact, it takes about 80% of our electric car market right now, as of the time of this video. It completely dominates the market, but that's partly because the Tesla Model Y wasn't previously available. Neither are really any other EVs which people consider worth paying for. Anyway, the Seal is directed at the Tesla Model 3, like I said before, and its size is 4.8 meters long, or 4,800 millimeters, 1,875 millimeters wide and 1,460 millimeters high. Wheelbase 2,920 millimeters, so about 2.9 meters. That means it's 106 millimeters longer, 26 millimeters wider, and 17 millimeters taller, and the wheelbase is 4.5 centimeters longer than the Tesla Model 3. So it's probably, you could say, 5% bigger than a Tesla Model 3. Now, more importantly, in my view, than the size, is the fact that it's based on BYD's new electric platform 3.0, which underpins all of BYD's new electric car models. It's much better than BYD's old platform. Heaps of different improvements to this. It comes with a sort of an 8-in-1 system. I'll actually put a link in the description below to the video I made about their 8-in-1 system. If you want to learn more about it, it takes me 10 minutes to explain and go through all the advantages of this system, the lithium iron phosphate blade battery, how that integrates with the rest of it. So check that video out. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, the seal has kind of a soft looking curvy shape. And pretty much everyone that I've talked to about it really likes the style. I want to know though, what do you think of the shape? What do you think of design? Is it your kind of thing? Does it appeal to you? Now, personally, I'm looking at those wheels and I'm thinking, not aero, scratch on the curb rash. So personally, the first thing I would be doing with this car, putting aero covers on those wheels if it doesn't come standard with them. But that's just me. Personally, I'm more of a practicality kind of guy. Not everyone is. A lot of people like these kind of massive alloy wheels. Now remember, the bigger your wheels, generally the bigger the wheels, the worse your economy, right? The worse your car's efficiency. So you get bigger wheels, your range goes down. So my tip is get the smallest set of wheels you can manage on your car. There's really no benefit to having big alloy wheels unless you're, racing your car and you need those for handling. I mean, other than that, there really isn't much benefit at all. Looking at the interior, my first thought was, hang on a minute, that screen there looks really big. It looks bigger than the screen in my BYD, the Atto 3, and it is. In fact, it's 15.6 inches. And you can actually turn the screen so that it can go to landscape or portrait mode. And in addition, it is connected to a 5G network. In terms of safety, the Seal has 2 airbags, plus a knee airbag for the driver, front and rear side airbags, 360-degree cameras, and blind spot monitoring. In addition to that, it comes with a pretty impressive stereo. It's got a 12-speaker DIN audio system, and also, as you can see from the seats, it seats 5 people. For those of you wondering, what's the battery? It's LFP, lithium iron phosphate. It's a blade battery. BYD are actually going to supply Tesla with blade batteries this year for the Tesla Model 3. So that's going to be interesting, right? You will be able to compare these two cars. Very similar, both using the same battery pack, very similar sizes. So I look forward to being able to give you a comparison between those two vehicles. However, there's a few different models here. First of those is the standard range. That's the cheapest model. That's the one we're looking at here, $32,000. Then you've got the long range model, and then you've got the performance model. So there's 3 models in total. The performance version is dual motor 4-wheel drive. Now, obviously, 4-wheel drive means you use more battery power, you use more juice. It's not as efficient. You're going to get less range out of that vehicle, but you're going to get more power, more speed because it's got 2 motors. Standard range model comes with 1 motor at the rear with 150 kilowatt and 310 newton meters of torque. That model comes with a 61 kilowatt hour battery pack, blade battery of course, has a 550 kilometer CLTC range, probably more like 450 in the real world. And the long range model comes with an upgraded motor. So it's only got 1 motor, but it's got more power. It's got 230 kilowatt and 360 newton meters of torque, which is more than enough power than, for almost everyone. But that model has a much bigger battery pack. In fact, it's got an 82 kilowatt hour pack and a 700 kilometer CLTC range, probably 600 kilometers in the real world. However, that's a pretty big range, right? Now remember, that model there, from what I can see, is going to cost around $38,000. So really, that could be really good for all those people who want a vehicle that's affordable, that has a long range, right? This is the answer to, I think, a lot of people's demands, essentially their demands. What about the dual motor version? That one there, that's a direct competitor, right, to the Tesla Model 3 performance. BYD, that's what they're going after. That one has 390 kilowatt, 670 newton meters of torque, the same 82 kilowatt hour battery pack from the long range version, and 50 kilometers less range, 650 kilometers on the CLTC cycle. That's pretty generous, so about 550 probably. Now, what about charging? Well, the 61 kilowatt hour battery can charge at a 110 kilowatt rate, and it can be charged from about 10 to 80% in half an hour, say BYD. The 82 kilowatt hour battery has 150 kilowatt charging and can be charged from 10 to 80% in about half an hour as well. Now, why is it at the same time? Well, obviously, the one with the bigger battery pack has faster charging. So that's something worth considering. Obviously, comparing this to the Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model 3 much faster charging, 250 kilowatt versus 150 kilowatt. Tesla Model 3 probably going to have a better autopilot. That's probably going to work better. You know, there's some little things there that you're going to be paying. You're paying more for the Tesla, right? But you do get more in some ways. However, this BYD car here, it's going to give you something that Tesla don't right now. And what's that? A big battery pack, and probably therefore quite a bit of range in a car that's fairly affordable. It's fairly affordable. I mean, if you think about it, right? The size of battery pack going into this car, 82 kilowatt in a fairly small aerodynamic vehicle, I think real world range probably will be around 550 kilometers. For the price we're looking at, that's really the kind of vehicle that a lot of people need, a lot of people want. And the other big advantage of this, remember, you can use this car to power your home. It does come equipped with that technology, vehicle to home, V2H, and V2G as well, vehicle to grid. So that's one of the big advantages of a BYD versus a Tesla. Now, obviously the Tesla base model, right, comes standard with LFP battery pack. Currently, that battery pack is manufactured by CATL. That's going to change, of course. Tesla's going to start offering more base model variants with both BYD batteries and CATL batteries. I don't know what they're going to do in terms of markets, where they're going to go. I'll let you know as soon as I find out. So you'll know if you're buying your car and you're in Australia or you're in whatever country, you're getting the base, the standard model, you're going to know where the battery pack's coming from. Is it from CATL? Is it from BYD? Just stay updated with this channel and I'll let you know. But remember, LFP batteries, regardless, whether they come from CATL or BYD, have some big advantages over the competition. What is that? Probably about 3 times as many charge cycles. Plus, you can charge the battery to 100% and not have to worry about it. In a normal battery pack, right? Battery packs used in most electric cars, you're recommended not to charge to 100% because you get battery degradation. LFP batteries, on the other hand, doesn't matter. You can charge, discharge, do whatever you want, and they'll last a heck of a lot longer. Now, remember, in China, BYD has a lifetime warranty on the battery and on the car. That's how much they believe in this product. Now, as you know, I'm excited to get my BYD, and as soon as it comes, I'll let you know the real world range, what it's like, all that sort of stuff in a video. Pretty much the day that I get it, I'll just live stream that up and you guys can see it. I'll drive it till it dies and, you know, figure out how to get it home somehow. I'm sure it can't be that difficult. Regardless, BYD is right now the second largest electric vehicle manufacturer on the earth. And that, my friends, is crazy. And it's an exciting time to be alive. Thank you for watching. Let me know, what would you prefer, this or a Tesla Model 3?